Good Thursday evening to you. Jordan King with you on WLA TV. And your home for Winnebago Lutheran Academy boys basketball. That's this evening. And on a few minutes before normal. Normally we come on 5-6 minutes beforehand, but there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to catch you up on. There's a lot to set up for this evening that is to come for WLA basketball. We could be seeing the completion of a chase that has happened since 1999 in the program. Back in 95 through 99, a player named Derek Scheit came through the program for WLA and, statistically speaking, has been the best player in program history. Derek Scheit leads the program with 1,312 points. He led with 620 rebounds. He was number 4 with 273 assists. He was second with 156 steals. Statistically speaking, Derek Scheit is the best player, or at least was, coming into this season, the best player in WLA history. I think you can make a legitimate contention that he has some company. Last week, in a game against Mayville, Ethan Cole, a senior for the Vikings, passed Derek Scheit in total rebounds for a career. Ethan now sits at 630 rebounds with 3 games left in the regular season and at least 1 postseason game remaining. Right now, Ethan Cole sits at 1,283 points. That's 29 points shy of the 1,312 Scheit scored in his 4-year career. 29 to tie it, 30 to break it tonight for Ethan Cole. If he doesn't do it tonight, he's got 2 more games and then at least 1 more playoff game. So Ethan Cole's going to do it. The question is when. Ethan scored 511 points this season. That is by far and away the single season record mark. We'll get into that in just a second. But we're talking about where he's going to finish in WLA lore. And that's all opinion. I'll let you determine that. He's the Flyway Conference Player of the Year this year by any metric that you look at, other than the fact that his team's not going to win the conference title. Otherwise, if you've watched any Flyway Conference basketball this year, you have to say the Player of the Year is Ethan Cole. So Ethan's going to finish his WLA basketball career, finish top total points, top total rebounds, top in 3-point field goals made. He's already at that. He's hit 174. The next best is Carson Nell. You remember, if you're a WLA fan, how hot Carson Nell could get from 3. He hit 126 in his career. Ethan already has 174. He's chasing down 200 made triples in his career. It's going to be a fun one tonight. It's going to be a ride here for the Vikings. It's going to be a ride for Ethan Cole as he tries to chase down a record that, quite frankly, I wasn't sure was ever going to fall. 1,312 points. It may fall tonight. He needs 30 to do it. In a single season, the previous record was held by Donovan Schwartz and Ethan Cole. They tied for the lead. 465 points in a season. As I mentioned, Ethan Cole's going to shatter that. He's going to beat it by at least 100 points when everything's all said and done if he stays healthy. He's currently got 511. In a single season, total rebounds, it was previously held by John Faust and Alex Keel. They both had 272 rebounds in a season. Ethan already has 292. 3-point field goals made. Carson Nell made 67 of them. Ethan's trying to chase him down. He needs 5 more. You would expect him to perhaps pass that tonight. He's hit 5 threes and greater in several games before this season. But he's got 62, so he needs 5 to tie, 6 to set that record. And then one I'm looking at for Aiden Barr is total assists. Aiden has 120 total assists this season. The season mark set a couple of times by Mike Schroffnagel back in 08, 09, and 09-10. He had 149 in 08, 09, so Ethan's got to get 30 to get to that. They would probably have to win a playoff game. If Ethan gets 5 games, he's got a chance to break that record set by Mike Schroffnagel. Otherwise, he's looking to chase down Dave Schrader, Aaron Steinbrenner, Tom Geistart, Donovan Schwartz. Those all a little bit closer and a little bit more achievable for Aiden Barr. There's a lot of fun, a lot of records. It's always fun to talk career records and program records. And when you're talking about a player that's put in the work like Ethan Cole has, gotten his opportunity, taken the most of it, it's fun to see it come to fruition and to a culmination. We'll see if it comes to a culmination tonight. You may be looking and watching the WLA program historically leading scorer. We'll see if that's the case. Starters and anthem. Coming up next, it's the Vikings and the North Fond du Lac Orioles on WLA TV. Stay with us.
Winnebago Lutheran Academy welcomes you to this evening's Flyway Conference basketball game between the North Fond du Lac Orioles and the Vikings of Winnebago Lutheran Academy. Winnebago Lutheran Academy, North Fond du Lac High School, and WIAA require good sportsmanship and education-based sporting events. Attendance at interscholastic activities is a privilege with the expectation to exhibit positive and respectful behavior. For the enjoyment and respect of all in attendance, your cooperation in demonstrating the high ideals of sportsmanship is expected and greatly appreciated. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please stand, remove your hats, and join us in honoring America and those who protect us with the playing of our national anthem. The WIAA objects to activities, materials, logos, apparel, mascots, or gestures that are profane, vulgar, insulting, or offensive to others. The membership disapproves of any form of taunting or expression that is intended or designed to embarrass, ridicule, disrespect, or demean others under any circumstances, including on the basis of race, religion, gender, or national origin. It's time to meet the starting lineups for this evening's game. First, for the Orioles, a 5'7" senior, number 2, Matthew Gramacki. A 6'1" junior, number 4, Rainier Robertson. A 6'4" junior, number 14, Aiden Fowler. A 6' senior, number 20, Caden Bozine. And a 5'10" senior, number 23, Carson Gint. Orioles are coached by Nathan Wallace.
Want to welcome you back in here to the campus of Winnebago Lutheran Academy. I'm Jordan King, taking you through tonight's action between the Winnebago Lutheran Academy Vikings and the North Fond du Lac Orioles. Did not spend as much time talking about the matchup as perhaps we usually do in an open, because we're talking about Ethan Cole and the special night that could be. Now, if Cole doesn't break it tonight, there's a good chance he does it on Monday night when Luther Prep is in town. A couple of back-to-back home games, so it would be nice for Cole to do it in front of a home student section, but the student section is giant tonight. It's 3rd and 4th grade night in the association, and it's parents' night, so the crowd is probably as big as we've seen here for a non-Springs, non-Laconia match up here at Winnebago Lutheran Academy. So would be nice for Cole to do it tonight. Cole Barr, the captains, there in the starting lineup. Sam Lear, Noah Gensler, Jacob Tyson join those two. Starters for the Orioles, number 2, Matthew Gramacki. He's a 5'7" senior. 6'1" junior, number 4, Rainier Robertson. Number 14 is Aiden Fowler, a 6'4" junior as well. Caden Bosine is a 6' senior, and then Carson Gint, 5'10" senior. So that's the starting lineup for the Orioles. Vikings in the home whites with the checkers down the side in royal blue. Tap goes to Sam Lair. It's fought for, and Lair gets it. Vikes will have the first possession, and North Fondy is in their road blacks. The chase for 1,313 starts right now, but Aiden Barr instead going to go down the paint. That's a good take from Barr, but he's blocked underneath. Good rebound by Bosine. He's into the front court. Bounce backwards, and North Fondy getting started. In the front court. It was so packed up there, we got people in front of the camera. We'll try to make people aware about that during our first time out here. Until then, hope you'll bear with us. Here is Bosine. Going off the dribble, initiates some contact. Floater missed, offensive rebound, and finished. Aiden Fowler gets the first points this evening for North Fond du Lac. Offensive rebound, and then puts it right back. Orioles 4-17 on the season, 3-game losing streak. The Vikes are on a 5-game skid right now. Here's Ethan Cole, his first shot of the night. Rims around and out. Halfway down for Cole, but his first triple of the night goes missing. Here's Boson in the front court. Hands off to Fowler. He's got the 2 points for the Orioles. They have one conference win. It was a big one. They got a home win against Campbellsport, who's currently second in the Flyway. A little bit earlier in the Flyway season. Aiden Barr able to get the block here on Matthew Gramecki, and it'll stay with the Orioles. They'll inbound it underneath. It'll be Boson to do so. And they'll try to post up Fowler. There's one tipped into the backcourt. Aiden Barr almost stole it. Now it's numbers here for the Orioles. Good ball movement. Ends up with a Boson 3 on the way. This one misses. Tyson boxing out, not able to get the rebound. Tapped out last touched by the Orioles, and it'll go back over to the Vikings. So a decent defensive possession. A little bit over anxious there. Aiden Barr put the Vikings at a numbers disadvantage, but they were able to work through it. Barr going to use a Cole screen. Now Ethan's going to post up. Bounces down to the short corner. Cole going to go to work. Dribbles. Ends up with a swing around to Sam Larry's blocked. Physical play, but looked clean. Into the front court comes Gint. He's the one who blocked it down the lane. Up with the right hand. And blocked once again on the WLA side. This time Jacob Tyson. They're letting a little bit of physicality. I like that. And Tyson got the block that time. Gint on the other end. Nice. Just a fantastic defensive play. Here's Boson in the corner. Closely guarded by Noah Gensler. There's the count. Into the paint he goes. Up with the right hand on the floater. Misses it off to the right. Skying for the rebound is the career rebounds leader, Ethan Cole. Nice find underneath. Aiden Barr. First points for the Vikes. That's a good look from Ethan Cole. And if you're a Vikings fan, certainly Coach Nell will like that. Despite the fact that Ethan Cole is chasing down a career points record, he's still letting the game come to him there. That's a terrific feed in the open floor to his co-captain, Aiden Barr. They'll no doubt honor them. I believe senior night is coming up on Monday. That's when they'll honor a couple of seniors. Jacob Tyson's a senior, Lucas Weigand as well. Here's a triple on the way, misses. Skying high for the rebound is Ethan Cole up ahead to Gensler. Gensler down the lane, he's fouled. And that was the first block attempt that did not hit any ball. And Noah Gensler will go to the free throw line, where he's a pretty terrific free throw shooter. 74.3% on the season for Gensler. And I've said it multiple times this year, when Gensler gets into the open floor and when he is aggressive towards the rim, that's when he's the best. And then it seems like it just helps his shooting as well. I don't know if that's a psychological thing. I don't even know if it's true, quite frankly. But it certainly seems that when he's aggressive early on in games, 1 for 2 from the line for Noah Gensler, it seems like his shooting gets better as well, his three-point shooting specifically. Here's Gint into the open floor. Down the lane, Jacob Tyson took the charge, but instead they're going to let it play. Bounce pass from Sam Lair up to Ethan Cole, and Cole's down to 28 points to break a program record. Timeout, North Fond du Lac. We won't do that all night, I promise. But Coach Wall is going to take a timeout. I believe just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. 5-2 lead for the Vikings. 1 point for Gensler, 2 for each of the captains. Cole and Barr both getting into the open floor. All of the Vikings' points really a result of getting into transition thus far. A couple of good looks, 1 from Sam Lair, 1 from Ethan Cole. Actually, a couple from Ethan Cole that have resulted in the Vikes with an early lead. They're on a 5-0 run currently and lead the Orioles. As I mentioned, North Fond du Lac 1-11 in conference. That's good for dead last. But again, that one was a big one. It could turn out to be a monster win. Certainly if you're a Springs fan, it could be, because that's currently the difference between Springs and Campbellsport in the Flyway Conference. Springs leads it at 10-2. North Fondy knocked Campbellsport, gave them their 3rd loss, incidentally. So they're 9-3 instead of 10-2 like Springs. Here's Gint on the left wing. Coming off a screen is Fowler. Fowler finds Gramecki. Down the lane he goes, gets to the high post, jumper on the way, misses. Nice rebound, Sam Lair on the far side. Lair not a very big guy, but got up for that board. Ethan Cole kicks it to Lair now. Left wing 3 on the way, short. Offensive rebound. Gensler goes up with it, lost control, and it'll stay with the Vikings underneath. Good offensive effort on the offensive glass. Check that by Noah Gensler. but not able to get it to go. As good hands, a couple of possessions for the Orioles. There's another missed 3, 0 for 2 start for Ethan Cole. Gint into the front court for the Orioles. Looks there to Matthew Grimecki. Here's a shot from Boson. Comes up well short. Offensive rebound. Rainer Robertson, his first points of the game. Rainer Robertson, number 4. I think I misnamed him earlier. It's Rainer Robertson is number 4, and he's the leading scorer for North Fond du Lac. Tyson goes up with it, gets an offensive rebound, and now he's going to be rewarded with a pair of free throws as the physical play continues underneath. Got to bring your work boots and your hard hat and lunch pail underneath tonight. 5-4 lead for the Vikings, and Tyson goes to the free throw line. He shoots it at a 60% clip, misses the front end. Vikings have been hot and cold over the course of the season from the free throw line. Aiden Barr shooting close to 78% from the line. 1 for 2, Jacob Tyson. I would say overall, the majority of the team right around that 2 for every 3, right about there. Tyson into a passing lane, collects the steal, gives it to Ethan Cole. Cole looks up ahead to Barr. Aiden Barr down, no, he's going to retreat dribble. That was probably smart for Aiden, not to force it. Sam Lair to the middle of the paint, looks down to Tyson. Tyson to the middle of the paint, kicks it out, left wing 3 on the way for Aiden Barr, hit it. Aiden Barr has 5 points for the Vikings. That was terrific ball movement by WLA to find the open Aiden Barr, and he smoked it from about 25 feet. Here's Boson between the circles. Tell you what, that's when WLA looks really good. WLA back into this 1-2-2 zone that they've been in over the last couple of games. Had some periods where it was very, very good against Campbell Sport. Campbell Sport sort of figured it out at times as well. Aiden Fowler gets another bucket underneath as the Vikes lost track of him. He sealed, I believe that was Noah Gensler underneath that he was able to seal. Here's Barr, gets to the high post. That one misses for Aiden Barr. Aiden's been more effective, or more active, I should say, over the last couple of games. Robertson misses the triple there, rebound down to Sam Lair, but Ethan Cole has looked maybe a little bit, maybe a touch slow last couple of games. And he's been so good this year. The Vikes needed to get him some help, and that help has come in a big way in the form of Aiden Barr recently. Here's a 3, no, long 2. Aiden Fowler's got 6. And Vikes got to figure out a way to stop Aiden Fowler for the time being. Down the lane goes Aiden Barr, and Aiden Barr's got 7. So Aiden Fowler with 6 for North Fond du Lac. Aiden Barr with 7 for the Vikings. Ethan Cole gets a steal. Down the lane he goes, and he's going to go to the free throw line. 3rd trip for the Vikes with a 3-point lead.
North Fond du Lac foul line number 23, Carson Gift. His first personal, team 3rd. To the line for the Vikings, Ethan Cole.
First free throw from Ethan Cole is good.
In the game for the Vikings, number 3, Cole Wiedmeyer.
The Vikings 3 for 5 from the line so far tonight, and second one coming for Ethan Cole. Cole Wiedmeyer into the game for Coach Nell. 4 points for Ethan Cole this evening. And here comes North Fond du Lac. Ethan Cole gets his hand on that one, and it's going to stay with North Fond du Lac, but that was a certain pair of points for the Orioles had Ethan Cole not gotten his hand into the passing lane. Looked like they broke the press rather easily. Instead, Cole able to poke it away. Wiedmeyer came in, by the way, for Sam Lair, the sophomore, still scoreless for the Vikes. Here's Robertson working on Aiden Barr. Now picks up his dribble in the middle of the paint, kicks it out to Boson. Near side, this is Gint. He's going to try a left wing 3. This misses off just a little bit short, goes out of bounds, heads back to the Vikings. Have not seen a substitution yet for North Fond du Lac. Their listed roster has over a dozen players. They have just 8 here dressed tonight, 3 on the bench and the 5 starters. Lucas Wigan to the check-in table for the Vikes. He'll check in at the next dead ball. Here's Cole. Jab step. Straightaway three. Ethan Cole's first triple of the night goes down here as North Fond du Lac left him wide open. Content to let him shoot the dead away three, and Cole's got 7. 7 for Cole, 7 for Barr. They have 14 of the 16. And of late, that's been the story for WLA. Part of the reason that maybe they've struggled a little bit. They've really struggled to find number 3 and then certainly struggled to find number 4. That was off of the own foot of Boson underneath as he was trying to get free. And Caden Boson dribbled it off his foot. Barr. Zachary Seidschlag into the game for North Fond du Lac. He's the first off the bench for the Orioles. Here goes Cole down the lane. Nice feed to Lucas Weigand. It was poked away by North Fond du Lac. Good rotating defense by the Orioles. And the Vikes will have a kind of an awkward inbounds there in the corner. That's when you usually see Ethan finish at the rim. Instead, he was trying to dish it off to Lucas Weigand, who got great position just now, but he's blocked underneath. Weigand able to get a seal, but then suffered a block from behind. Here's Gint straightaway three. He hit it. Good response there from Carson Gint. The senior hits a straightaway three of his own, and it's back to a 5-point contest. Barr into the front court. One-hand pass. That's tipped away and ends up with the steal. It's Gint. He just hit the triple. Between the legs dribble. He's going to pass it underneath with the bounce pass, and Aiden Fowler's got 8. Fowler averages just 3.6 points per game. He's already doubled that in the early stages here. He's got 8 of the 13. Wide open is Cole Wiedmeyer. Wiedmeyer loses control, dribbled it out of bounds, and it's going back the other way. That's going to force a timeout from Coach Nell. Just a 30. But the Vikings have yet to really look terrific yet tonight. They've had their spurts, but we haven't seen WLA go on a run that we know they can go on, which is, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 minutes where they outscore the opponent by about 12 points. Have not seen that yet. Vikings lead at 16-13. Maybe we're expecting a little bit much, but the struggle remains for the Vikings. Jacob Tyson has a free throw. Noah Gensler has a free throw. Other than that, it's your 2 captains that have accounted for a lot of your scoring so far this year. Ethan Cole, Aiden Barr combined for 40 points a game. That's just short. It's somewhere in the 55-56% range, I want to say. I'm not great at math, but it's over half. I'll tell you that much. So can the Vikings find that next score? If they're going to make any sort of run come postseason, that's going to be the important part for WLA. Here's Gromecki. Looks down to Gint, who gets it to the leading scorer for the Orioles tonight, which is Aiden Fowler. Fowler's got it again. Gromecki around a screen, blocked. Nope, fouled by Cole Wiedmeyer. Looked like Wiedmeyer got him on the body. And it'll send Gromecki to the free throw line.
Viking foul on number 3, Cole Wiedmeyer. His first personal, first team to the line for the Orioles, Matthew Gromecki.
First free throw good for Gromecki. And Noah Walton into the game for Noah Gensler. Tell you what, I really like what we've seen from Noah Walton the last couple of weeks. I think WLA has, in a lot of ways, looked at their best with Walt on the floor. There's a rebound on the second free throw, which was missed from Gromecki, and it was Ethan Cole on the board. Here goes Noah Walta. Walta into the middle of the paint, has it poked away. Here's Cole. Ethan Cole looks to Walta in the corner. Walta drives the lane, and it's stolen once again. Vikes got to ramp up the physicality because they're letting them play, and right now North Fond du Lac's made the adjustment. They're going to play physical basketball. They're just fine doing that. North WLA, on the other hand, has not made that adjustment as of yet. They're a little bit finesse underneath. It's a game that's just calling for Jacob Tyson, isn't it? And Tyson's got the start for the Vikings. Not out there right now. Lucas Weigand's out there for the Vikes. And miss is rebounded once again by Ethan Cole. Cole puts his head down the paint he goes, and he's hacked. So he'll go back to the free throw line. Second trip for Cole, fourth trip tonight for the Vikings. Cole is 2 for 2.
Second personal, 14. To the line for the Vikings, number 4, Ethan Cole.
Cole trying to extend this current two-point lead for the Vikes. First free throw up and good. Cole's got 8.
In for the Vikings, number 20, Chop.
Here's another player who can bump around underneath, Chop Simmons.
Number 4, Rainier Robertson.
Tell you what, Chop gave WLA some great minutes against Springs and some even better minutes against Campbellsport as well. Couldn't stay on the floor again. WLA had a tough time. Cole misses the second. He's 3 for 4 from the line with 8 points. The Vikings couldn't keep a big on the floor against Campbellsport. Every time. Tyson went out. Then Lofton went out. Then Gansler went. Whoa. Both referees missed it here. That was pretty clearly off of North Fond du Lac. They're going to give him the basketball. Wow. Both of them missed that one. That was one where everyone, including North Fond du Lac, started trotting back the other way. North Fond du Lac's player even kind of spiked the ball over there in the corner. And Caden Boson will pay it off for the Vikings, or for the Orioles, with a jumper. Man. Here's Aiden Barr into the front court, looks to the corner. Nice shot fake from Ethan Cole. Cole goes into the paint. How does he get through that double team? Missed it. Offensive rebound tipped around. Simmons gets it, kicks it out to Barr. Shot fake, down the lane he goes. Up with the right hand, can't get it to go. Cole's going to fight for an offensive rebound, stays there as Ethan Cole earns another possession for the Vikings. Man, Ethan Cole gets in the air, the body control to kind of contort himself sideways and sneak through double teams and give himself a layup opportunity is really, really impressive. Part of why he scores nearly 25 points a game. Here's a triple. That's another reason why Ethan Cole almost scores 26 a game. 25 a game, check that. He's got 11. Couple of threes, several free throws, and a pair. That was tipped out by WLA, and it'll stay with North Fond du Lac. The Vikings defense has been pretty good in transition, in my opinion. Just confirming a couple of things underneath are the officials. Ooh, that is an offensive foul. Ooh, they're going to get a double foul here. Aiden Barr is playing good defense. A two-hand shove from Rainer Robertson, and they're going to get a double foul.
Double foul.
I don't know how you say Aiden Barr was grabbing there, but again, perhaps you can. Those things happen so fast, and I should probably mention that more often. They do happen very, very fast underneath. Here's Boson. Nice take from him. He's got 4 points, back to a 2-point game. Here's Aiden Barr. Straight away, hits the three for Aiden Barr on the right wing. Barr's got 10, Cole's got 11. Crossing over is Ginn. Down the lane he goes, up with the right hand on the floater, and that's tied up. Gonna stay with North Fond du Lac. Nice job underneath by Aiden Barr to fight for the rebound. And I think Coach Nell, they're just trying to get by Aiden Barr, and they're going to have a conversation here with Barr and Robertson. Barr is defending him with hands straight up, so I don't know what you want Aiden Barr to do. Robertson's running him off screen, so you got to protect yourself somehow. Here's Boson. He's been hot the last couple of possessions, misses that one. Rebound down to Sam Lair, shovels to Cole. Cole down the paint, behind the back dribble. Goes down the left side. Off of Ethan Cole's foot. That's good defense there by Rainer Robertson. And Siege Slog comes back in. 5-point lead for the Vikes. Nice job by North Fond du Lac to just keep it close currently. Just stay within touching distance. Sam Lair almost into a passing lane there. Got the deflection and not able to complete the steal. Just a little bit out far away from the outstretched hands. Here's Gint between the circles working on Ethan Cole. Back over there to Fowler. Off a couple of screens goes Schiedschlag. Here's a triple. Robertson missed it off to the left. Rebound by Cole. Nice balance to stay in bounds. Get it to Aiden Barr on the far side. He's going up the left side. Crosses over to the near side. Up with the floater is Sam Lair. Offensive rebound on the far side. Gensler goes up with the right hand and finishes. Noah Gensler banging inside. I tell you, I like to see that. Noah Gensler, when he gets physical, adds a whole new dimension to his game. If he's sitting in the corner, sometimes it gets a little stale for this Viking offense. That misses. Offensive rebound collected by Robertson, and he's got 4. Offensive rebound. He hung in the air after boarding it and laid it in. 5-point Viking lead. Aiden Barr on the right side. Skip pass to Gensler. Gensler thought about the 3, going to drive. Kicks it out to Simmons. Chop puts his head down. Now looks over to Sam Lair. Jumping into the passing lane was Schiedschlag. And the steal is completed by Fowler. Here is Gint. Gets it back to Fowler in the short corner. Couple of players running through, and Fowler's going to try the jumper. He thought he hit it, kind of trotted back like he might have. It looked good, but just rattled around and out. Here's Cole in the front court. This is a deep 3 from Ethan Cole. Step back, and he hit it. Ethan Cole's got 14 for the Vikings. Aiden Barr steals the inbounds pass. Barr misses it. Offensive rebound. Cole can't get it. Offensive rebound. Barr can't get it. And Ethan Cole, check that. Somehow Sam Lair saved that. Cole gets it underneath. He looks. He's fouled. No whistle. Offensive rebound. I mean, come on. They're going to say Ethan Cole, well, he's bleeding for a reason there. Ethan Cole got smacked a couple of times on the face. No whistle was forthcoming. Physicality is fine, but when you let it go over the line without whistles, this is what happens. 8-point lead for the Vikings. That's what Coach Nell is wondering right now, is why is his player having to walk back to the locker room with 4 minutes and 54 seconds left in the half. Frustrating there for the Vikings. They still lead it by 8. Cole hit the 3 before the stoppage, and Cole's got 14 of the 28 points for the Vikings. 10 of the other points have been scored by Aiden Barr. Robertson off of a moving screen. This one misses deep. Defensive rebound down to Jacob Tyson. Up ahead to Barr here. Barr kicks it out to Sam Lair, looks far side. That's Jacob Tyson. Bounce, jump stop, kicks it out. 3 on the way. Noah Gensler hits a triple. I'm telling you, when Gensler gets his offense going inside, the 3-pointer starts to drop. It's a full timeout for North Fondy, and it's 11-point lead for the Vikings. Back with more after this. You're watching, listening to WLA Varsity Viking basketball on WLA TV. Stay with us. So coming out of the timeout, the Vikings able to finally extend this to their largest lead. It's finally past double digits. It's an 11-point lead over North Fondy. 14 of those points scored by Ethan Cole, who looks like his first half. I don't know. We'll see if he's able to return in the first half. See if they can get that bleeding stopped. Here's Rainier Robertson. Nice bounce pass to the far side, and finishing is Zachary Schiedschlag. His first 2 points of the game cuts it back down to a 9-point lead. That means Ethan Cole is 15 points away from tying and 16 points away from setting the new WLA scoring record. Here's Gensler, just hit a three from the other side, this time from the right side. Offensive rebound fought for, and it'll stay with the Vikings after a nice box out from Jacob Tyson.
In the game for the Orioles, number 20, Hayden Bozzi.
Update from around the Flyway Conference from our scout, Coach John Supernand. Chop Simmons, we'll get you those in just a second. Here's Sam Lair, looks underneath to Gensler, fouled. Oh, thought that was going to crawl in for an and one, but Gensler will go to the free throw line for a pair anyways. Springs 19, Wiedmeyer 13. That's still in the first half. Campbellsport leads Laconia by 7 in the first half. And Mayville Amro in a track meet, 32-28. Gensler misses the front end there. Uncharacteristic miss from Gensler that time. He's 1 for 3. As I mentioned earlier, shoots at above 70%. Shoots at above 75, well, just about 75%. Second one good for Gensler. He's 2 for 4 this evening. And Gensler's got 7. Mayville 32, Amro 28 in the first half. Once again, thanks to Coach Supernand for getting us those. Fowler down to the corner to Gint. Thought about the long two. Now going to try to take Tyson off the dribble. It's a difficult thing to do. Here's Boson. Nice backdoor cut from Gint, and he finishes. That's a good pass and move from Carson Gint. Vikings lost track of their man there. Not sure who was guarding Gint, but turned his head, and that's what you do when your defender turns his head. Backdoor cut to the rim and finish strong. That's what Gint did. Here's Aiden Barr to the charity stripe. His second, check that first trip. He was raining free throws in all over the place on Friday against Campbellsport. I think he ended up, did he shoot 10 of them? Really helped his free throw percentage. 1 for 2 this time from the charity stripe. He's shooting 77.8 coming into tonight's game. And the Vikings lead it once again by 9. Here's Boson. Fowler on the left wing. Vikings don't think Fowler's going to shoot, and really he hasn't really looked to shoot. Instead, Fowler's a terrific passer. That's what I've noticed here from early on. He's going to take this position 18 feet from the rim, not like he's an offensive threat to score, but he's finding open guys. Here's another one. Robertson misses that one off to the left. But guys getting open and Fowler finding them. That's tipped. Ethan Cole's trotting back out from the hallway, and he takes a seat next to Coach Schwartz, straight to the scorer's table, and we're going to see Ethan Cole back into the game before the next inbounds play. Cole's sitting on 14 points here in the first half. Here's Sam Lair. Crosses over. Down to Tyson in the short corner. Flashing through is Ethan Cole. They're going to use a Cole screen now. Kicks it out. Top of the key three on the way for Sam Lair. Misses short. That's been the miss lately for Sam Lair, has been short. Here's Robertson. Euro step through the paint. Oh, scoops it up. Misses it long. Strong on that one. Aiden Barr down the paint. Oh, no look pass. Aiden Barr to Jacob Tyson. Tyson runs the floor so well. He's rewarded there from Aiden Barr. Down the lane goes Robertson in transition. Fowler's on the far side. Kicks it back out to Boson. Thought about the three. He Euro steps through the paint. That's a really nice finish by Caden Boson, who's got 6. Seems like he's got more tonight for North Fond du Lac. 26-35. Vikes lead it once again by 9. Barr crosses over, gets to the mid-range, and is fouled by Gint. It is a drastic foul disparity so far. That is the 8th team foul for North Fond du Lac, just 2 for the Vikings. And almost all of them have been shooting fouls so far. Barr hits the front end once again. Vikings after this is the Vikings' 14th free throw. North Fond du Lac shot 2. Now, that's not always, I'm sure some people will hear that and now the conspiracy theories start, but it's been a physical game. Usually physical games, those end up going both ways, but not tonight. 3 for 4 for Aiden Barr. Baseball pass up ahead. Nice job by Tyson Lofton to get back and deny the fast break opportunity. Here's a 3-ball on the way. It's hit. Zachary Seachleg has 5. Aiden Barr back into the front court for the Vikings on the right side. Skip past to Noah Walta. Thought he might have traveled there, but he kept the pivot foot. Kicked out, top of the key. Ethan Cole looks down to Walta. Gets the guy to collapse. Down the lane goes Cole. Through a bump. Kicks it out to Barr from Gensler. Here's Walta once again to the free throw line. Good ball movement by the Vikings. Dribble drive, penetration, and kick. That is the Coach Nell offense. This is a deep, deep three from Ethan Cole. Comes up short, offensive rebound. Gensler finishes. Noah Gensler's been very active underneath. He's got 9 points. And the Viking lead is 10. Here's Robertson. Robertson bounces far side. Good ball movement once again by the Orioles. Bump there from Tyson Lofton. And it'll be underneath for North Fondy. 3rd team foul for the Vikes. 1 minute just under left in the first half. Boson will be the one to key it in for North Fondy. Gets it into Fowler and goes off of a Fowler screen. Boson down the lane, gets it to roll. He's got 8. Aiden Barr into the front court. Vikes lead by 8. Coming off of a screen, that time was Gensler. Cole's in the corner near here. Down the lane goes Ethan Cole. Bounces far side Noah Walta. 3 on the way. This one misses deep. Defensive rebound, Rainer Robertson. And Robertson's going to run the break once again for North Fondy. Kicks it back to Boson, who I think is content to let this run out the first half, get one more possession, and see if they can't stay within 8 or closer of the Vikings here heading into halftime. Fowler screens a couple of times. That's tipped off of the leg. Oh, no, they're going to. Ooh. They call the North Fond du Lac ball again. After it went out of bounds, Gromecki was almost back on the defensive side of the floor. I mean, oh, man, that's 2. And it's going to result in 4 points for North Fond du Lac. Aiden Barr is going to launch this one. It misses. Aiden Fowler has double-digit points. That is 4 points here in the first half for North Fond du Lac that have come off of missed calls. I mean, blatant out-of-bounds misses that North Fond du Lac even knew were out of bounds. Huh. Nonetheless, the Vikings lead it here at halftime. Talk about a track meet. The Vikes got to tighten some things up defensively, but they lead it 39-33. We'll see if the Vikings can tighten things up. Cole's pursuit of a program record in scoring is also on the line as well. If this thing stays close, I think Cole's going to have a chance here. Physical first half that boiled over a couple of times, but it ended up with the Vikings and a 6-point lead. Stay with us. We'll give you some halftime numbers. You're watching on WLA TV. Welcome back here to the campus of WLA. Jordan King with you this evening. Glad to have you along on WLA TV. It's third and fourth grade night this evening. I don't know what activity they got going on out there, but they got something going on with the third and fourth graders. Good to have them in the association, all on campus here this evening for what is hopefully a Viking win. WLA comes into this contest 6-6 in the Flyway. That's fifth in the Flyway Conference. They were fourth for majority of the year, fifth for some, up to third. I'm not sure if they were ever tied for second. I believe they were tied for second at one point in time. So Vikes have had the majority of the year in the top half, but currently sitting in the bottom half of the Flyway. Laconia 7-5, Vikings 6-6, Mayville 8-4, Campbellsport 9-3, 10-2 is Springs. Omro 4-8, Lomira 3-9, and then these Orioles, from North Fond du Lac 1-11 on the season. First half statistics: 1 for Matthew Gramecki, 4 for Rainier Robertson, 5 for Zachary Siedschlag off the bench, 5 for Carson Gint, 8 for Caden Boson, and Aiden Fowler has 10, the only Oriole in double figures. All 6 Orioles that have played have scored. For the Vikings, as it usually is, a different story. 3 points for Jacob Tyson, 9 for Noah Gensler, and a couple of Vikings have made it into double figures. Both of their captains, Aiden Barr has 13, Ethan Cole with 14. And that adds up to a 39-33 first half lead for the Vikings. We're going to come back. Second half of action is forthcoming between the Vikes and the Orioles. Ethan Cole is 15 away from 13-12. That ties him with Derek Scheit for the program record. If he scores 30 tonight, he will hold the record by himself. Hope you'll join us for the second half here on WLA TV. Second half on the way. The Vikings and the Orioles from Winnebago Lutheran Academy. 39-33. Vikes with the lead. Got some halftime scores from elsewhere in the Flyway Conference. As I mentioned, Coach John Supernand on the case for us. 15-point lead for Springs over Wiedmeyer at the half. 9-point lead for Campbellsport over Laconia at the half. And with 9 minutes left, Omro 51, Mayville 50. Things could really tighten up for the Vikings. Perhaps, you know, if that result holds between Campbellsport and Laconia, that ties them back up with the Spartans. And then they'd just be one game back from Mayville if Omro's able to win that game. I said earlier, I was telling someone, as Jacob Tyson gets an early steal here, Gint lost control of it up at the top of the key. Tyson gets fouled then by Gint, and Tyson will go to the free throw line. I was telling someone earlier this week, if Omro hits shots, Omro is dangerous. You know, you look at the Flyway, and you got Springs, Campbellsport, Mayville currently is kind of that top chunk. Then I would say Laconia, WLA, which WLA has swept Laconia, so I guess you could make the argument WLA is maybe a little higher up, but WLA got swept by Mayville, so, you know, how do you really distinguish some of these things? And then the bottom third of the conference, I should say, is Omro, Wiedmeyer, North Fond du Lac. Of those three, Omro is clearly the most dangerous, and I say that as, you know, North Fond du Lac, excuse me. I'll figure it out at some point. As they're within 7 points of the Vikings, 6 at halftime. You know, if Omro hits shots, they beat WLA earlier this year. They hit some three-pointers. They take a lot of them. If they ever go down, their team might be in trouble, and I think that's what's happening maybe with Mayville. 9 minutes left. Mayville only down by 1. With Addison, Middlestat, and the rest of that, excuse me, that casting crew certainly more than capable of finishing that out. Aiden Fowler gets the first bucket for the second half for the Orioles, as the Orioles were very patient on that possession. And then once the Vikings extended their defense, got it underneath to their big man. Here's Ethan Cole, his first touch for the second half, bounces underneath to Tyson. Tyson able to recollect, thrown off of Gensler, ends up with Ethan Cole. He hit the triple. Ethan Cole's got 4 threes. He's got 17 points. Now you start to really think about it. 13 points away from a scoring title, or a scoring record, I should say, for Ethan Cole. He's going to win the scoring title in the Flyway Conference. Rest assured of that. 8-point lead for the Vikings, 43-35. Underneath, I think North Fond du Lac's Coach Wallace wanted one of his guards underneath Gromecki to look for, he was wide open underneath. He didn't look at the rim, though. Fighting for an offensive rebound here is Sam Lair. Getting the defensive board instead is Caden Boson. And Boson into the front court. Goes off of a Fowler screen. Now kicks it back, top of the key. This is Robertson on the left wing, working against Jacob Tyson. He's got it back. Off of a Fowler screen, Tyson trying to sell a foul. I don't think that was a foul at all. It's going to be a North Fond du Lac 30-second timeout. And Rainer Robertson's got 6 points, first 2 of the second half for him. And it's back to a 6-point game. So Cole's got 17, 13 for Aiden Barr. 30 of the 43 scored by the captains this evening. Again, something we have come to expect. Who's going to be the third guy? Tonight it's Gensler. He's got 9. Okay, now what's next? Your next leading scorer is Jacob Tyson with 4 points. Vikings looking for more balance offensively. I know sometimes that can be hard, especially, I don't know, it'd be nice, I'm sure, for Coach Nell to maybe, you know, get this out of the way. Cole's gonna, like I said, Cole's gonna finish this year as the Vikings program all-time leading scorer. The question becomes, when does it happen? And if it just happens tonight, get it out of the way, and then you just play normal basketball. And Ethan has tonight. Cole has not done anything we haven't seen him do all year. He's shared the basketball well. He's played good defense. He's hit the shots when they've come to him. It's been a rather quiet 17 points for him so far. And if this, like I said, if this remains a close game, the Vikes are going to need Cole to score. He's going to get 13 tonight just based on playing his game. Here's a straightaway three for Gensler. Gensler, his second three of the night, and Gensler's got 12. Noah Gensler's slowly seen, the Vikings at one point this year had 4 players averaging in double figures. Noah Gensler's seen his average just slowly creep down, all the way down to 8.6 points per game, which is still a fine mark. But Gensler's got 12 tonight. This is what we saw from him earlier on in the season when he was closer to the 15-point mark than he was the 5-point mark. Ethan Cole into a passing lane there, but fouled. Good call there, Ethan Cole. Picks up, I believe, just his first confirmation of that. Here's Rainer Robertson, going to go over a screen from Boson. Keeps his dribble, working on Gensler. Right-handed dribble down the paint. Oh, just hung in the air there and left it short. Rebound down to Ethan Cole. Cole on the right wing, gives it to Lair, who was cutting, kicks it back out. This one was a tough one. That was good defense there by the Orioles. Rebounding foul on the Vikings, and it was on Sam Lair. First on Lair. Want to give a giant shout out to Moses Metzger, freshman here at WLA, for doing camera for us tonight. Sam Lair got a steal of the inbounds pass, and he's headed to the free throw line. Lair has yet to score tonight. He's another one. He was averaging almost 15 points earlier in the season. Lived in that 12 to 15 range, and since then his average likewise is dangerously close to falling under the 10-point mark. It will if he does not have a nice game tonight. He's got no points, missed the front end there. 9-point lead for the Vikings, 10 if this goes in for Sam Lair. It does. So Lair's got his first point tonight, and the Vikings staying in this full court press. Boson gets free, and Noah Gensler is content to let him dribble it into the front court. Looks like they're just trying to keep the ball away from a couple of guys. They're fine having Boson bring the ball up. They want to keep it out of the hands of Rainer Robertson, who's averaging north of 15 points per game this year. He's got just 6 tonight. Here is Boson. Down the lane he goes. He's bumped by Gensler. They're just starting to tighten things up just a little bit here in the second half. That wasn't a foul in the first half, but it is a foul, all things considered. It's a pretty hefty bump there. In the corner, this is Boson. Down the lane he goes, spins, floater, left it short. Rebound fought for, tapped out by the Orioles, and it goes back to the Vikes. Vikes trying to build on a 10-point lead. It was 6 at half. Largest lead tonight, I believe, was that 11-point lead about midway through, little over midway through the first half. Aiden Barr, little shimmy, gives it to Cole, kicks it out. Gensler from the top of the key. Hit another one. Gensler's got 3 threes, and he's up to 15 points. So Gensler has passed Aiden Barr with a couple of threes here in the second half. Gensler's got 15, 13 for Barr, 17 for Ethan Cole. And the Vikes have opened up a 13-point lead. Here's Gromecki going on the drive, and count the basket and the foul. Sam Lair kind of rolls his eyes underneath there. All the contact we've seen, Lair was straight up and down, but enough contact there to warrant the whistle. I think that was kind of what Lair was lamenting about, perhaps. Free throw rattles around and is good for Gromecki. He's got 4 points. Old-fashioned three-point play. Aiden Barr on the right wing. Couple of cutters through. Instead gives it to Cole, top of the key. Jab step. He loves the jab step, and then hitting the 3. And he's got it again. Ethan Cole's got 17. He's got 20 points. 20 for Ethan Cole. Jacob Tyson steals the inbounds pass. Oh, and then throws it up ahead to Fowler. Fowler, ooh, that was looked awkward. Fowler kept the pivot foot. That is a good no call there. And Ethan Cole's going to have to leave the game once again for blood. Same situation going back to the first half when he was brutalized a couple of big swings from North Fond du Lac players that underneath. I'm not talking about a brawl. I'm talking about a couple of huge, they were hard fouls. We're not going to let you score fouls. That weren't called fouls. 11-point lead for the Vikings. Cole's got 20. He's 9 away from tying and 10 away from setting a new program record. So Ethan Cole's sitting at 1,302 points in his career. 3 points, 1,303 points in his career. Aiden Barr was fouled there, and back to the free throw line he goes. Barr is 3 for 5 now after missing the front end. And Coach Wallace is pretty animated here. 1 for 2 on that trip for Aiden Barr. He's 4 for 6 from the line. Jacob Tyson steals it. Walta finds Gensler. Gensler hit another one. Gensler, when it rains, it pours. He has 4 triples tonight, and he has 18 points for the Vikings. 15-point lead just like that. Within 6 minutes of this second half getting going, the Vikings have extended a 6-point lead to a 15-point lead. Aiden Barr picks up a foul here. Is starting to get a little more ticky-tack down there. That's the 5th foul on the Vikings this half, 2nd on Aiden Barr. Rainer Robertson goes to the free throw line. He has 6 here tonight. His first trip to the line, he hits the first. Second free throw hits the back iron and caroms through the hoop. 13-point lead for WLA. 8 points on the night for Rainer Robertson. Barr gonna rifle a 3 up. He hit Aiden Barr. He has 17. So 20 for Cole, 18 for Gensler, 17 for Barr. I guess you do only need 3 players to score when those are the numbers for him. That's a tough shot. Hanging in the air, Caden Boson has 10. That's a tough fadeaway that he just hit. 14-point lead for the Vikings. Jacob Tyson's going to screen. One-handed pass underneath to a cutting Noah Walta. Here is Cole Wiedmeyer. Wiedmeyer bounces underneath to Tyson. Tyson shuffles it through. Ends up with Gensler, top of the key 3. That was deflected. And a good box out underneath by Matthew Gromecki. Here is Boson. Crosses. Robertson, 3-ball. Left it short. Good rebound by Cole Wiedmeyer. Gets it up ahead to Gensler. Gensler, strong move to the rack. Left it a little bit strong, though. Into the front court. Robertson down the lane. Right by Jacob Tyson with the Euro step. And he finishes. Rainer Robertson has 10, just like that. The leading scorer for the Orioles is getting his. Aiden Barr crosses a couple of times between the legs. Down the lane he goes. Floats it up with the right hand and scores. Barr now has 6 in the second half. He's up to 19 points on the night. Robertson lost control of that. Stepped on the line, and they didn't see it. No, I think Coach Nell. I was trusting Coach Nell there. He was telling a joke. That's another jump stop, mid-range floater for Caden Boson. He's got 12. 12 for Boson, 12 for Fowler, 10 for Robertson. 34 for those 3. 62-50 lead for the Vikings. Oh, another two-pointer. That time from Aiden Barr. Looked like it was a triple, but he stepped on the line. So Barr's got 21 now. He leads the Vikings just like that. Cole is back on the bench, by the way. They got the bleeding stopped once again. That's tipped out of bounds by Noah Walta. See how long it is till Cole gets back onto the floor. And the chase for 13-12 resumes. 9 minutes and 46 seconds left. Underneath to Fowler. Fowler power dribble, misses. Nice defense by Tyson. Rebound on the far side, Aiden Barr. Barr's between the circles. Crosses once. Now goes down the paint. Kicks it to the corner. Walta 3. This one comes up short. Nice rebound by Boson, who is Done a nice job on the glass. Looked like a carry there. Top of the key. 3 on the way. Gint hit it. Carson Gint, his second 3 of the night. He's got 8 points. And the balanced attack for North Fond du Lac has chiseled them back within 11 points. 64-53. And it's a full timeout. We're going to take it with them. 64-53. Stay with us here on WLA-TV. Going to jump back in here right before we get going. 9 minutes and 20 seconds left in this one. Vikes hold an 11-point lead. No Ethan Cole out of this timeout. Mayville 64, Amro 58 with a minute left. How about that from Coach Jans and his crew down there? Last 9 minutes of gameplay, or last, I guess, 8 minutes and change. Held Amro to 7 points. That's how you do it. That's how you close a game out. From Coach Jans, Addison Middlestat, and the Mayville crew. Oh, another 3. Aiden Barr is on fire. Barr's hit 4 threes. Gensler's hit 4 threes. Cole's hit 5 threes. And I'm not sure what the stoppage was there, but Ethan Cole's going to rejoin the effort here. It's a 14-point lead for the Vikings. Cole is 10 away from making history. Aiden Barr got him for 24 now, I believe. Boson in the front court. Initiates contact. Oh, bail him out. That's not a foul. Crafty move by Caden Boson, and he fooled the referee, so he'll head to the free throw line. 6th team foul, 3rd foul on Aiden Barr. The defensive player is standing there, straight up and down, and the offensive player rips through to create contact. Well, maybe it is a foul. So Boson misses the front end, and the second is no good as well. Rims out. Rebound down to Ethan Cole. Cole's averaging a double-double, obviously, this year. 24.3 points and 13.9, nearly 14 boards. Cole's trying to post up underneath. Gets to the high post here. Turns, middle of the lane. That floater is no good. Rebound down to Rainer Robertson. Robertson, good defense there by Jacob Tyson to stop the break. Passes off now to Aiden Barr. Here's Boson working on Gensler. Down the lane he goes, up with the left hand, finishes. Aiden Boson is just filling it up from the 2. He had 8 in the first half. He's got 6 here in the second half. 14 points for Boson. Gensler looks up top of the key, now gets it back, finds Cole in the corner. Cole, 3-ball on the way, comes up short, tipped by Noah Walta. That's a terrific hustle play from Noah Walta, and Noah Gensler benefits from it. Gensler's got 20. 22 actually for Gensler now, I have him at. Is that right? I'll confirm that. Nope, just 20 for Noah Gensler. It's tapped out of bounds, and they're going to get Gensler here with a foul. So 20 for Gensler, 20 for Cole, 24 for Aiden Barr. Is that right? Yeah. Don't doubt yourself. Shooting the bonus here. Aiden Fowler hits the front end. Second free throw from Fowler rattles home. So Fowler goes 2 for 2 from the line. It's a 12-point Viking lead. 7 and a half, I should say, left here this evening. Aiden Barr between the circles, gets it high post. Ethan Cole kicks it to the corner. He missed it, and that was Noah Gensler. Another Aiden Barr three. Aiden Barr's got 5 triples, and the Vikings are putting on a shooting clinic. Fowler misses that, tipped by Robertson. Nice rebound by Chop Simmons into the front court, head of steam. Ethan Cole down the lane, he goes, misses, leaves that one short, and a rebound down to North Fondy. Boson down the paint, nice feed. And it was on the floor, so Boson will go to the free throw line. Should be 1-and-1 bonus. So 27 now for Aiden Barr. Believe he's following up, I want to say, a 36-point outburst. If I'm remembering correctly, on last Friday, Vikes had some much-needed time off. 6 days between games. First free throw up and good for Caden Boson, who was 0 for 2 previous to that. Get an update from Coach Supernand here as we have the free throws. Springs has almost doubled up, more than doubled up Lemira. Campbellsport has opened up a 13-point lead on Laconia, and its final 10-point win for Mayville over Omro. So they take care of business despite a little bit of a scare there on the road. That one's tipped, ends up with Barr, kicks out to Walta, skip pass to Gensler. Here's Aiden Barr. Back to the high post, Ethan Cole. Deflects off Chop Simmons, ends up with Barr. He's feeling it. This is for 30. Aiden Barr's got 30. That's his 6th three of the night. And the Vikings have hit 15 threes. They hit 18 threes earlier this year in a rout of Laconia. And they currently have a 16-point lead and are doing something similar to North Fond du Lac. If the Vikings start shooting like they did early in the season, talking like this, oh man, this team could make some sort of run in the postseason. We'll see. Underneath the Fowler, nice defense, Chop Simmons. He saves it to Noah Walta, who gets it up to Cole. No look pass up ahead. Gensler finishes at the rim, and Gensler is having himself an evening. Nice feed from Ethan Cole, and that's what I'm talking about for Ethan. He's 10 points away from setting the program record in points scored, and he's still looking for guys in transition. Top of the key, 3 on the way for Boson. He hit it again. First 3, but Caden Boson has hit, oh man, just about everything that he's attempted here in this second half. Just a very, very impressive performance from the man who averages 11.5 points per game, and he's up around 20 tonight. Aiden Barr's got 30 behind the back dribble, leaves it for Cole. Cole down the lane. Gets ahead of Steve. Oh, he just can't buy one right now. That rolls around and out. How does that not go down? Robertson fires up a 3. Long rebound to Aiden Barr. Barr looks up ahead to Walton. Now shovels it. No look pass to Walta. Walta can't finish at the rim. That was terrific from Aiden Barr. My goodness. Here's Boson. Gives it to Gint. Robertson kicks it back out. Boson gets to the high post. Step back. Missed it. Left it short. Rebound collected by Chop Simmons once again, who shovels it to Aiden Barr. 15-point lead for the Vikes. Just under 5 minutes to play. Barr is going to stand next to Coach Nell, take a timeout. We'll see the reintroduction of Sam Lair. 30-second timeout. Noah Waltz is going to take a seat. I believe that's starters back on the floor for the Vikings. We'll see how much longer that lasts. But the Vikings have a 15-point lead, 77-62 with 4.5 minutes left to play. I mean, you're talking about Ethan Cole, just a prodigious player, and a prodigious performance tonight for Aiden Barr. I'll tell you what, Ethan Cole's 20 seems quiet. Aiden Barr's 30 seems loud. He had 13 in the first half. He's got 17 here in the second half. 4 threes, couple of twos. Got to the free throw line a couple of times tonight as well on his way to 30. Between the legs for Barr. He's sitting at the WLA logo as Cole retreats to the corner. Barr goes to the far side. Kicks it out to Lair. Lair almost had it poked away. Here is Ethan Cole. He's guarded by Robertson. Down the lane goes Cole. Bounce pass to Simmons. And Simmons is fouled. No, travel. Yeah, I think that's a good call. Thought they were going to whistle it for the foul. I think that's absolutely the right call there. Simmons shuffled the feet before any contact would have happened. Underneath, Gint able to get it into Boson, who's working once again on Noah Gensler. That's been the matchup so far tonight. And Gensler's, despite Boson up at either 19 or 20 points, I'd have to take a look. Here's a step back from Robertson. I think Gensler's done a nice job despite the numbers. Cole able to get a steal. Ethan Cole down the right side of the point paint and finishes. So Cole's just a little bit closer now. 22 points. Here's Robertson. Straight pass, Chop Simmons. Down the lane. Nice one-handed bounce pass and the foul. That is a nice play by Rainer Robertson to get it to Aiden Fowler. Fowler's having himself a nice night as well. And Chop Simmons. That's one where, if Chop's just got to, and that's part of coming with experience, is to understand that you don't need to, you're beat, and you're not going to block that one, not against a 6'4" player. Maybe just let him have that one instead of hitting him on the back of the head. Here is Simmons now, puts it on the floor, up with the left hand, and finishes. Hey, nice job, Chop. A little fortunate with how that one bounced, but 15-point lead, check that 17-point lead for the Vikings is restored. This is Gint, crosses once, far side, top of the key Boson, looks to Fowler, top of the key now is Robertson. Rainer Robertson around a screen, and it's going back the other way. They're going to say Boson was moving on the screen.
Third personal, 14, in for the Orioles, number 2, Matthew Grimecki.
Back into the game is Grimecki. I really want to make sure I'm correct here on my calculations for Ethan Cole, because I don't want to scream out that he has the program record if he doesn't. So I am triple checking all my math at this point and hoping I didn't miss a bucket. Here is Cole squaring up for 3, now goes down the lane. I think he traveled. Oh, they're going to get a foul on the floor here. So it'll be underneath. Rainer Robertson on the whistle.
Third personal, 15.
Let's see, he's got 5 threes, 3 free throws. That's 18 points. And a couple, 22 for Ethan Cole. Down the lane he goes, up with the right hand and finishes. Cole's got 24. Aiden Barr steals the inbounds pass. Cole's getting free. Oh, shoveling it to Ethan Cole. I think now the Vikings are starting to understand, and they're maybe not. Now they're starting to shovel the passes Ethan's way. 24 points for Ethan Cole. He's on the far side. Barr's going to do a little shimmy down the paint. He goes. Nice finish by Aiden Barr as Barr continues to work on what is a terrific day for him. Something like 32 for Aiden Barr now. That one misses. Long rebound down to Ethan Cole. He's got a head of steam. Down lane. Nice cross-court pass to Noah Gensler, and Gensler floats it home. Well done to share the basketball there from Ethan Cole. Robertson hit that one, but it was well after the triple. And Cole is going to come out of the ball game with 1:41 seconds left. Those 6 points will have to wait for Ethan Cole as the starters come out of the ball game, and that's a tough decision for Coach Nell, I'm sure. But respectfully, you're winning by 21 points here. Here's a 3 from Rainer Robertson, and North Fond du Lac has put its 3 subs in, so it's probably about that time with 1:41 seconds left. Defensive rebound down with Noah Walta. And Waltz is going to trot into the front court. The Vikings are going to get their season sweep. They won 88-66 over North Fond du at North Fond du Lac. There's a foul out on the perimeter. That's the 6th team foul as Rainer Robertson got Walta on the arm. And Walta's going to get free here with 1 minute and 10 seconds left. Tyson Lofton around the screen. Down the right side of the paint he goes. Kicks it out to Chop Simmons. Chop gets to the high post. That's stolen once again. Nice take by Gromecki. Gromecki has 6. Just a substitutionary stoppage here. So the Vikings well on their way to moving to 7-6 on the season. Laconia will just saw my phone light up with a text from Coach Supernand. We'll get you some updated Flyway situations. Ooh, Laconia coming back on Campbell Sport down the stretch here. Certainly, that would be a dream situation for St. Mary's Springs. I think that would clinch it. Yeah, that would clinch it for Springs if Laconia is able to knock off Campbell Sport. I think that one's being played at the pit. Lucas Weigand and the Vikings just trying to dribble it out here, not turn the ball over anymore. And that'll do it. Noah Walta will dribble this thing out. There's the siren, and the Vikings get their 7th Flyway Conference win this evening. The chase for 13-12 will resume on Monday at Luther Prep. We'll get you some final numbers here. Yeah, confirmation there from Coach Supernand. Laconia at the pit. You know, it gets loud in there when Laconia goes on like a 4-0 run. So on a run that they're on right now, which is a 11-3 run. 7 minutes left. Campbell Sport 45, Laconia 40. I'll let you go over to the Laconia YouTube channel. That is RBSD. RBSD Athletics. RBSD Athletics is the Laconia live stream YouTube account. If you want to switch over there, if you're a Flyway Conference fan, or if you're a Viking fan trying to figure out if you're going to be tied with Laconia or a game behind Laconia, that's how you can find out. RBSD Athletics on the YouTube. Otherwise, we'll get you some final numbers here between the Vikings and the North Fond du Lac Orioles. Springs taking care of Wiedmeyer. They're up by nearly 30 with 4 minutes to go. Not terribly surprising there. I think it's senior night up on the ledge. So, Ethan Cole finished tonight with 10 second-half points. That gave him 24 on the evening. So that leaves Ethan Cole. That means Ethan is sitting at 1,307 points. 5 points behind Derek Scheit's 13-12. 6 points from setting the new program record here at WLA. We already told you he's the leader in total rebounds. Cole also hit 5 threes. That ties him with Carson Nell for a season record in 3 points made. So he's going to set that record by the end of the year as well. A lot of fun stuff for Ethan Cole, and most of it will be clinched on Monday night at right here at home against Luther Prep. Jacob Tyson had 4 points for the Vikings. 2 points for Chop Simmons. Try to add up quickly the output for Noah Gensler. He had 24. So Gensler had 24. Ethan Cole had 24. Aiden Barr capped things off for the Vikings scoring-wise. And he had 32 points. 32 for Barr, 24 for Cole, 24 for Gensler, 1 for Sam Lair, 3 for Jacob Tyson, 2 for Chop Simmons. For the Orioles, 6 for Matthew Gromecki. Rainer Robertson had 10. Aiden Fowler had 18. Caden Boson also with 18 for the Orioles. These are just weird. I apologize. Normally I'm a little quicker adding up some of these things, but it's like when you hit 10 twos, it's kind of hard to add all of those, count how many we got going on here. 5 for Zachary Siedschlag, and for Carson Gint, he finished with 8. All of that adds up to an 87-68 win for the Vikings. As I mentioned earlier, the Vikings 7-6 in the Flyway season. They're 13-9 overall this year, and they will welcome in Luther Prep to try to build on that. The Vikings have now clinched a finish over 500 this season, which is nice. Let's see if they can close it out with a win at Wiedmeyer next week Thursday, and they'll finish the Flyway season over 500 as well, which would be nice heading towards postseason. Vikings also snap a 5-game losing streak tonight with their 87-68 win. It sends North Fondy's losing streak to 4 straight losses. North Fondy moves to 1-12 in the Flyway and 4-18 overall this season. So, good night tonight for Cole. Nice, just a tremendous stretch that Aiden Barr is on. He has had a couple of just stellar performances here the last couple of games. The Vikings win it 87-68. I do want to say, I hope you will join us tomorrow evening. The Vikings girls basketball team hosts St. Mary's Springs, and it's always a big one, but it's a little bit bigger tomorrow night. If the Vikings win, they not only avenge an earlier season loss, they tie Springs for second in the Flyway Conference and maybe plant a little seed of doubt in Springs' mind, because that could be a potential third-round regional final matchup for the Vikings come postseason time. We just saw those brackets released. Springs the 2, WLA the 3. So WLA a chance tomorrow to really give themselves some confidence as they head towards the postseason coming up next week. Thanks for joining us tonight. Jordan King saying so long. Hope you'll join us tomorrow. This is Viking Basketball on WLA TV.